We are coming to the end of 2025. I figured let's go ahead and get this started with moving to Savannah in 2026. So if you have been considering moving to Savannah, it's on your radar, or you are just in the beginning process of potentially thinking about it, I think this video will be very helpful for you. So basically this video is going to be about moving to Savannah in 2026, pros and cons. Let's go ahead and start with the negative first. I mean, let's get it over with, right? So there are 3 cons that I'm going to be talking about in regards to moving to Savannah, relocating to Savannah, coming here in 2026. If that's your vibe, let's get into it. The first con is the bugs here in Savannah. Sorry if you hear any background noise. There's like people outside doing yard work, but we're gonna keep moving along, okay? First con is bugs. So we have palmetto bugs, which are kind of like cousins of cockroaches. They fly around, and we don't have massive cockroaches here for the most part. Like, my parents live in Florida, and those cockroaches are on steroids basically. But here we don't really have like crazy cockroach problems. I'd say the palmetto bugs. The sand gnats and no-see-ums are horrendous. I especially get to experience when they come out, which is usually when it starts getting a little bit cooler, and they come out dusk and dawn times because my kids play sports. So I'm outside all the time, and they actually do bite you, and it's very annoying. So either having some type of pop-up tent that you can be in to shield yourself, or trying to figure out what the best bug spray is. I've tried Off. I haven't tried Aveeno Skin So Soft. I've heard that's really good. Some other people try other spray. There's like no gnat spray and some other things. So you just have to figure out what works for you. The second con is the heat and humidity during summer. It can get to you, but even though you might step outside and immediately start sweating, or like if you're like me and you're showing houses and you're trying to be professional, but you have sweat dripping down your face, that'll happen. If you wear glasses, they get fogged up right away because of the humidity. All these fun things, but the summer is only for a short amount of time. And then of course you get to escape the heat by going to the beach, pool, or, just staying inside in the AC. The very last con, which of course this comes to as no surprise, is hurricanes and flooding, or having to have flood insurance. So we live on the coast, and if you come here, you get to enjoy all the beautiful things that come with living on the coast. So hurricane season is usually from May until about November-ish. It really depends on the season, how many hurricanes and how mild it is. The biggest thing is that you just have to have a realistic perspective of the fact that you are going to be in an area where there could be an impact from a hurricane. What does that look like as far as, the property that you buy? What can you do to be more prepared? I will tell you, I've lived all over in Florida, and I've lived here for a very long time. Hurricanes don't scare me, just because I feel like you can be as prepared as possible in regards to what is gonna potentially happen. We know that there's gonna be a trajectory of the path of the hurricane. So you know that if you're gonna be in a direct impact zone, then you have to evacuate. I will tell you that a lot of people freak out before hurricanes. They go everybody's getting gas. Everybody goes and buys up everything in the store, water, it's kind of like a mini COVID basically when it happens. But the more prepared that you can be for your family, and just understand that you live in an area where you can be directly impacted by hurricanes, is what you just got to deal with. As far as flooding and flood insurance, so your realtor, if you're looking for a house, should know how to look up the flood zone, and should be able to tell you if your house is located in a flood zone or if it's not located in a flood zone. So just like for basic information, an X flood zone means that you are not required to have flood insurance, that it's a low risk flood zone. Does that mean that it won't flood? Absolutely not. It definitely could, but it means that historically that area has not flooded. An AE flood zone is a high risk flood zone area, which if you have a mortgage on a property, they're going to require you to have flood insurance. So that's just something that you have to be prepared for when you're looking for houses, if you're okay with that, and just having someone who's knowledgeable about making sure that when you're making an offer on a house, you're asking for the right things or the right information. Okay, let's get into the exciting stuff about being in Savannah. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this video, there's something that's pulling you towards living in this area. So let's go ahead and talk about my 5 pros about living in Savannah. The first pro is, of course, the historical beauty, the rich architectural history, and just the diversity in Savannah. It's absolutely amazing and breathtaking. Savannah's not like a giant metro city like Atlanta or Miami, and it's very unique in the fact that it has 100-year-old historical buildings, and there's SCAD downtown. There's all these very eclectic things that are around Savannah, and it's just absolutely beautiful. There's 100-year-old oak trees with moss hanging from them. I mean, it's really breathtaking when you come to Savannah if you've never been here before, and just being able to see and experience all those things. The second thing would definitely be your access to beaches. So we have Tybee Island, which is like 18 to 20 minutes away from Savannah. You can go to Jekyll Island, St. Simon's Island. You can go up to South Carolina and go to Hilton Head Island. You can go to Jacksonville. It's not that far away. I know it's not in Georgia, but you can go to Jacksonville Beach. I mean, there's so many beaches surrounding you that it's really amazing how many beaches you can go to and just explore and have a great time. The third thing, which is my absolute favorite thing, is the weather here. As you can see right now, I'm wearing a hoodie because it's November right now, and it is just, the temperature is dropping in the morning. It doesn't get too high in the afternoon. It's absolutely amazing. And so here in Savannah, even though we don't get snow, even though we did get snow, I take that back. We did get snow this year. I think it was like April or May, and it lasted for a week, and it was absolutely crazy. That's not super common, but we do get seasonal changes here. So we do have a fall season where you can see the leaves changing, the leaves falling. We do have a winter season where the temperatures do drop. You get frost on the grass, you get frost on your windshield for your car. Then we have spring where all the azaleas and everything starts blooming, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then of course summer. So we have all seasonal changes here. It's absolutely amazing, especially if you're coming from a place that has like super cold weather, snowy, you live indoors for like 9 months out of the year. That's definitely not the case here. It's really amazing. The fourth thing, which is very opinionated, is the food. I feel like you can find great food everywhere, but I feel like in Savannah specifically, you can go downtown and there's just so many options, so many great restaurants to try, so many historical ones, new ones, like hole in the walls. And then surrounding Savannah as well, there are tons of areas that have really unique restaurants in that specific area. So I feel like you never get bored of being able to go try new things and just exploring. And then the very last pro I would say is the affordability in Savannah. It's Savannah and the surrounding markets. So based on other states and other clients that I've had relocate from like California, Utah, all these other places, Savannah itself is much more affordable than a lot of places. New Jersey, New York, like all those places. Savannah, the affordability scale is much better compared to those areas as far as home prices. I'd also say property taxes. Our property taxes are possibly a little bit higher than what you might be expecting, but you can always ask me any question about a property. I might be able to answer it for you. But realistically, affordability as far as price and property taxes and just this area, I feel like is a lot more affordable than. Well, I have done so many relocating and moving to Savannah videos. I was on another YouTube channel with a team before. I've done my own. I'm really gonna start trying my best to put out more content. I've been a real estate agent for over 7 years in the Savannah market, and I've worked full-time, and I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people relocate to Savannah. So I feel like I'm definitely an expert on this topic and being able to guide people through this whole process. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below, or you can see my contact information in the description bar. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was very valuable to you, and I will see you in the next video.
beauty.